Hi from Michelle at Verity Restoration in Portland, Oregon. Today I want to tell you about 3 restoration project goals. So there are 3 main things that we take into consideration when we figure out how to best run a water restoration project. The first thing is occupant safety. So before any demolition takes place, we make sure that there is no lead or asbestos that's going to be disturbed through the process. So we take tests, we send things into the lab. If the results come back negative, then there's no problem and we're good to go with demolition. If it comes back positive for either of those things, it's not a problem, but we just need to make sure that we take the proper safety precautions to make sure that none of that gets airborne. We also use things like air filtration devices that are HEPA, so they pull everything out of the air that's unsafe. And we use things like containment and sometimes negative pressure containment to make sure that all the demolition dust gets contained and then is run through those HEPA filters. The second thing we take into account is structural integrity. So there's a lot of building materials that can handle a small bit of water for a short amount of time, but there are also some that never regain the structural integrity that they started with. So we make sure that those materials are replaced and that everything else is dried in a clean and safe manner. The third thing that we take into account is worker safety. So I need to make sure that my employees are in a safe environment, and we do several things like personal protection gear that they wear and having tools that are equipped with the proper shielding, and also have vacuum on them so that all of the particles that would go airborne are instead sucked into a vacuum before they even have the opportunity to. Um, so those are the 3 things that we're taking into very careful consideration when we do sort of the project management stage. When we show up that first night and we look over everything and see what needs to be done, that's what's ticking away in the back of my mind to try to figure out how do we do this safely and correctly for everyone involved.